BSHL fans, welcome to the unofficial BSHL podcast. Here's your host, Corey and Corey.
Hello and welcome to the unofficial Bulls is your Senior Hockey League podcast. Thanks to Adam Story for our intro. I'm joined as always by my co-host, Corey.
As always.
Today we're also joined by a somewhat special guest, I guess. Want to introduce yourself?
I am, as always, your girlfriend, Tracy Butler.
Here's ready for this. Crowd applauds. Crowd loves Tracy. Tracy, we have another Zamboni review. Corey's the first time you're sitting in on it.
Yeah.
All right. Tracy, are you excited? How many Zambonis did you see this weekend?
So I saw technically 4, I think. I mean, I saw them. I didn't assess all 4.
Okay, how many did you assess?
3. Sorry,
Okay.
Roxanne. I know you. I heard you mention that you didn't get the Zamboni during intermission, and that's okay. You had more important things to do, and I respect that.
Yeah, Roxanne was doing some player interviews this week for the first time. We enjoyed that. Thought that was pretty cool that she did that. Corey, I know you like that as well.
I love that.
That's pretty awesome. So, Tracy's looking at me like, I don't know what to do. I've never appeared live on the podcast like this before. Welcome to the show. So, Tracy, what is the first Zamboni that you want to discuss?
All right. So the first game is one that I was supposed to be at live, but due to unforeseen circumstances, I was not, but I watched it live on the YouTubes. So Amherst versus the Corsairs. This one was interesting because I noticed that the Zamboni door is on the side of the rink.
Yeah.
Almost like a third bench. And my first thought was, is this going to impact the technique of the Zamboni driver?
Did it?
Well, you just have to wait and see.
Whoa.
Yes. Yeah, right. Take it slow. You guys didn't go live for the warm up, so I can't assess that. So we go straight into first intermission. This Zamboni driver, he had very close lines, and there was some overlap. I assumed to ensure full coverage. I thought he went at a good pace, good amount of water. But he did a spinner-rooney. And I thought he needed to do this to get to the door.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I was actually right. You had said, no, I don't think so. You thought he was just having fun.
Showing off, yeah.
No, I think it was strategic.
Okay.
He had a helper.
Yeah.
And helper did some decent shoveling.
Okay.
So it was a good technique to make sure all the snow was off the ice and didn't undo the good Zamboni work. So first intermission, 5 stars.
Got everybody ready for the chuckle puck, which is very important in shipping in.
Yes.
5 whole stars. Wow.
Yes, 5 whole stars. I do want to mention that Mama Podcast was kind enough each intermission to actually move the camera so I could see, which is very kind of her. So second intermission, faster pace. We see this a lot. Second intermission, they're going a little faster. Good technique. Once again, same, the overlap. I didn't notice any missed spots.
Yeah, it looked good on the camera.
And there was another spinner-rooney. Now, what was interesting is after this spinner-rooney, he, for lack of a better term, dropped his load right there. Are you going to edit that?
No, I'm letting it go.
All right.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
There was a chunk of ice that fell out of the Zamboni when he spun to go towards the door, and the guy had to walk out to shovel it off, yeah?
No, he just ran over it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. And then, or maybe he did, and I just didn't notice, but I noticed the rest of the snow was dropped right at the door as usual. So I was entertained. I thought it was good work. Overall, 5 stars.
Oh, wow.
Then we move on to Saturday. and I made the trip to Amherst,
You did?
which again, as we mentioned, site of where it all started. Except this time they had a different Zamboni driver.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked.
Yes, but 2 helpers. So I think they're stepping up their game.
Were you able to see the Zamboni on the live stream, Corey?
Don't think I'm not gonna say what I did between live streams because it's not really it's not Catholic, let's just say.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you should edit that.
It involves a toilet and use your imagination.
An
I was 6.
exorcism?
Oh,
An exorcism.
So I did, an exorcism. There you go. Think of Scary Movie 2, Beast Be Gone. I didn't
drivers.
I didn't stick around for the Zamboni. That's not my department.
That's fair. Although my goal is by the end of this season to have you notice the Zamboni drivers. I already have Adam Story noticing them.
It's true.
Interesting.
Yep.
Adam Story is basically the newest member of the BSHL podcast crew.
Yeah, pretty much. He does our intros now, so it's
he could have my spot if he wants.
No, you've got your own spot.
Yeah.
All right. So warm up because I was there and I could see it. Slow, good speed, good coverage. No, I think it's your standard 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Then we move on to first intermission. Now, if you watch the game on High Button Sports, you may have noticed that there was a bit of a delay starting the flood during the first intermission. I can only assume that the Zamboni drivers were hyping up the Ducks for period 2.
It worked.
Well, yes. They picked up some speed. They also needed time for Chuck a Duck.
Yeah.
And they had a proactive, near where we were sitting, they had a proactive helper guy who I'm convinced is actually the driver from the last game that I was at. He made sure to get the net near the end before it was time. He was ready. He got it on. He was trying to go out the side door and no one would let him out. He was stuck there with the incoming Ducks and I was afraid for him. I was worried. But thankfully he made it out.
He did. He went out the referee door.
Yeah. Some kind person saved him from a duck in the head. So second intermission. I know
what they say, a duck in the head is worth 2 in the bush.
You ever had 2 in the bush?
No. Carry on.
Well, that actually leads quite well into my next comment. I actually noticed for the first time what the Zamboni says in Amherst.
Yeah.
It says the Ram Zone. And I know they're referring to the Ramblers, but awkward.
Yeah.
And you're right. The Ducks were hyped for period 2. And because of that, there was no delay starting the flood for second intermission. But I did notice there was a lot of water. I mean, as we said, second intermission, they go faster. I put in my notes, I need to research the Zamboni.
That's in your notes?
Yes, literally in my notes.
I believe you. I will say that during the second intermission, the very helpful helper guy stood and didn't try to leave the ice, but he stood with his net and he was playing around on his phone.
Oh, yeah.
And I couldn't figure out what he was doing. I think Flappy Bird, because he kept touching.
Oh.
He kept touching. I think he was playing Flappy Bird. Do you ever play Flappy Bird, Corey, back in the day?
I don't think that game exists anymore.
I know you can't get it anymore, but if it's on your phone, you can still have it technically.
Yeah, on what, an Android 2?
Listen, I'm not here to judge what that guy was using.
I mean, he's clearly a professional.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say he needs more work because I think he does a fine job. I think we should just allow him. I think he's earned that time.
That's fair.
To be honest.
He's earned it.
So what are we giving him for a rating?
We are giving him, I just forgot to put down a rating. We're giving him 5 stars.
Whoa, we're generous tonight.
You know what? I didn't mark down any missed spots, and quite frankly, that's really the only reason why someone might lose stars.
All right. So now we go to game 3. We were all at that game, Corey.
We were.
Mm-hmm. Game 3, JC's versus LC.
Yep.
In Rishabukto, around the corner.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's been our home arena for most of us for a while now. New guy on the Zamboni. He waved at the kids.
Oh,
I was like,
I'm a fan of that.
yeah. He was like, hey. It's like he was in a parade. Went at a decent speed. He paid attention to the ice. But I think he paid attention to the ice because there was a lot of water coming out and kept checking in the hidey hole. And I was wondering, what's in the hidey hole? Monocle emoji face. But he didn't have any missed spots that I saw.
Okay.
And he had one helper who was pretty proactive.
Yeah. I mean, the helper in Elsie's stuff, he gets some kilometers in. He gets out there.
Yeah.
Now, is it during the second intermission you're going to mention your Zamboni? Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So we have to get through the first
Go for it.
intermission.
Yeah.
There's less of a struggle. And I noticed because there was only one helper guy and he was working the nets, Zamboni driver shoveled his own snow. So I was like, good for you. You want something done? Get it done.
Do it yourself. Yeah.
Usually I say if you want something done right, do it yourself, but that doesn't really work with Corey. So then we make it to, no one knows which one I'm talking about.
That's fair.
But
Probably
now
the big one.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But now we go on to second intermission. We see a little bit more of the same. And to be quite honest, I was running multiple roles at this game. Poor Cheryl's still been sick. So I'm sorry for the bad footage we have. But he did miss a spot in front of the benches. That's the only one I saw.
Ooh.
But I got some inside scoop about the hidey hole.
From who?
Uncle Edgar.
My Uncle Edgar.
Yeah. He explained that there isn't, anything nefarious going on in the hidey hole. It's actually to see how much snow is being produced. And he said you want the hidey hole to be roughly 1/2 to 3/4 full of snow. Now, if you disagree, go argue in the comments. Don't come after me.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I don't remember which intermission it was, but we were watching them put away the Zamboni and they opened up the hidey hole and they took some snow out.
Wow.
So,
Snow.
confirmed.
Yeah.
Edgar knows. It's amazing.
I'm not going to hold the technical issues against new guy. I'm going to give him a 4.5 though.
4.5.
4.5. There was
generous.
There was that one missed spot, which normally would be a 4, but I feel like he was doing the best that he could with what he was given in the moment. So I reward that. And he shoveled his own snow.
That's fantastic. Tracy.
Corey found a new toy.
I did. I like it a lot. Tracy, is that the end of the Zamboni review for the week?
Yeah, it was a big weekend for the Zambonis.
All right, Corey and I are going to carry on with the podcast. You can, go probably play some Dreamlight Valley. Oh, you know what, though? First, let's hang around a little bit. We've got a story to share.
Oh, no.
A story about Jim from Rogers.
I knew this was coming.
Oh, yeah. Today's your lucky day, baby. So about a month and a half ago, Corey, who's been with Bell Alliant for his internet and television and telephone for years. Your mom was with them for years, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Loyal
customer. Switched over to Rogers and got a hell of a deal. I remember I came on one night, we were talking, you're like, oh, I just got the deal of a lifetime from Rogers. Oh, what a deal. He was excited. And then it all started. A couple days later, they come in to install. They're supposed to install TV, internet, and phone. Am I right, Corey?
Correct.
And they installed internet.
Yep.
They didn't have everything to install TV. They didn't have everything to install phone.
Mm-hmm.
So Corey's father stays home while they're working and he has one of those like lifeline, your stepdad. He has like a lifeline or something. It needs to be connected to telephone. So it's actually a really serious problem what they did.
Oh, yeah.
And when they hooked up the Rogers, they disconnected the bell. So all of a sudden, Corey's stepdad has no TV and no telephone. And Rogers gave you a really hard time. Really
For
hard. For a week. It was, we're going to be there in 2 days. We'll be there in 3 days. Yeah, we'll be there. Sorry about this. Finally, they come and install it. And Corey only has like half the channels that they told him that he was going to have.
Not even half.
And he hates Rogers.
I hate him, and I'm moving back to Bell as soon as I can get everything like written down that I want from Bell. And Rogers, the next time they step foot on my mom's property, I'm going to show them my favorite finger and tell them to eat crow.
Eat crow. Not Adam Crow, just crow.
Nope.
Here all day for those folks. You're welcome. It's a special episode. So I am one who sees opportunity when it lands. So I looked at Tracy. I'll never forget. We were driving home from work. Tracy and I both work in Moncton. We live in Ushbuckto. We're driving home from work. I looked at Tracy and I said, "Does Corey have your cell phone number?" And she said, "I don't think so." I'm like, "You sure?" And she said, "No." She's just going through her phone to see if she has Corey's number. She's like, "I don't have his number, so I don't think he has mine." I was like, praise the Lord, this is going to be fun. So I look at Tracy and I'm like, we got to text Corey and pretend we're from Rogers and that we're calling to apologize and try to make it right. And Tracy, you have the text messages. You have the first text message right there. You can read it.
Yes, I do.
All right. So we came up with this idea, and Tracy is the one who wrote and sent every text, but we kind of discussed it.
Yeah.
And I definitely take as much of the credit and blame for this as you do. So go ahead and read that first text message.
All right. October 1st. Hi, this is Jim from Rogers. I'm reaching out as part of our customer care team. I understand you are not satisfied with your recent installation. If you'd like to discuss this further, type Y for yes or type N for no.
That was the end of the first message. And Tracy sent that. We were sitting in the driveway outside our house, and I was laughing to kill myself, of course. It was great. And then we come in, and eventually I get online with Corey, or I give Corey a call. We talk virtually every day, Corey. And I go, "Hey, how's it going?" And he goes, "It's good." I'll never forget. He's like, "Oh, fuck, man. You'll never guess what happened today. Fucking Rogers texted me. These fucking assholes." I'm like, "Oh, did you answer?" He goes, "Nah, fuck them." So maybe that's where it ends. That would be a good way to end it. Is that where it ended, Corey?
No.
Tracy, what was the second text?
October 2nd. Hello, this is Jim from Rogers. I noticed you did not respond to my message yesterday. If you would prefer to communicate in French, type FR. If you would prefer to communicate in English, type EN.
Did Corey respond to that text message?
No, he did not.
He didn't. He didn't take the bait.
No.
So, but again, that day he's like, "Fucking Rogers texts me again. They're so fucking annoying." And I was like, "You should text them back. Maybe they'll give you a deal." But he didn't take the bait. And I remember the next text message, you sent it while we were actually on stream together.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. We were together. Corey and I were recording, and I told you, send it while I'm talking to him.
Yes.
And I saw him pick up his phone and go, and shake his head and put his phone back down. What was that third text message, Tracy?
October 3rd. Hello, Jim from Rogers. If you would like to stop receiving text messages, reply with stop.
Corey, did you reply to that?
No.
What happened?
To be fair, every time I'd see it, I would see "Hi, Jim from Rogers," and I'd open it, but I wouldn't read what it is. I'd just like, "Fuck you guys."
So
I love that. That's not nice.
Yes.
We worked at this.
Well, yeah, since he didn't tell me to stop, I continued.
Of course.
But this was Friday. Yes? Corey?
Mm,
Oh, yeah.
if we were recording, it would not have been a Friday. It would have been either a. It would have been,
So
The last
been a
message
Wednesday.
on like a Wednesday or something.
So
On Friday would have been the final text.
right.
Two
Exactly.
texts.
Two
Two
texts.
texts.
So Friday, and to set this up a little bit, we were going to a wrestling show.
Yeah, Northborough.
So Boss Corey and I were standing in line, a few people behind Corey, and we're looking at him, and he's like, text him his reaction. So October 4th. Hi, it's Jim from Rogers. How would you rate your service from 1 being horrible to 5 being the absolute best? No rating.
Corey, did you respond to that?
I did not.
No.
That's good. That's good. Now, what was the main event of this show? Does anybody remember?
Moondog Dylan Davis versus Marcus Burke.
Yeah, perfect. That kind of sets up the next message.
It does.
So now, what's going on with this last message you sent, Corey? Where are you sitting?
We're sitting on the stage.
Yeah. Who's next?
You're next to me.
Perfect.
You are sitting right next to me.
Yeah.
And I get the final text.
Tracy's right behind you texting it.
Yep.
Like literally right.
And she
behind
like pokes me in the arm. She's like, I'm sending it now, so I know.
I did not say that because I'm much more sly than that.
I'm sending it now.
All right.
That's what I heard.
So, final message. Hi, Corey. This is Jim from Rogers. I have one final question. Are you Team Moondog or are you Team Burke?
Corey opened his phone, looked at it, and he goes, fucking Jim from Rogers. And he swiped to swipe it away. But then he saw the word Moondog. And he looked at it, and he opened it, and he turned and looked at me, and he just burst out laughing. And then he called me a son of a bitch.
No, I said you motherfucker.
Oh, that's what it was? All right.
Both are applicable.
The best rib ever. That was so well done. I applaud both of you. Hey, can we get it?
Yep. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Wrong one.
There it is.
That's for you too.
Thank you. Thank you.
you.
Yeah, it was a well-planned rib. I give a lot of credit to Tracy. She was the mastermind behind the text messages. I came up with the idea. Corey's a great sport, and he just,
I love a great rib, even if it's at my own expense. And that is,
it doesn't hurt anyone.
No, exactly. And then it took a situation that really pissed me off and actually gave me joy in it.
There you go. I like that.
And I was sad that you didn't respond to me, but that's fine.
We didn't really have a plan for who would respond.
Oh, I had some.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah. I was researching like what error codes were and like, oh, sorry, we did not understand that text. Yeah.
It's really unfortunate. Well, Tracy, thanks for joining us.
All right.
And
cheese bags, stay fresh.
Oh, very good.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right, Corey. We're gonna get to the hockey now. As much fun as that. 5 games this weekend? 5 games this weekend.
5 is it 5? Yeah, 5 games. So first game, we had the Peninsula beating the Amherst Ducks 8-2.
Yeah.
Goal scorers: Luke Williams, 3 goals; Danny Chiasson, 2 goals; Kelsey Tessier, 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points; Lucien Carl Saunier, 3 assists; Nicolas Richard, 2 assists; and for Amherst, Colby Lansalive with 1 goal, Bobby Davis with 1 goal, and Matt Colson with 2 assists.
Dominant effort by the Colsa. Really good crowd too.
Very good. I wasn't there. As you can probably still hear, I am dying.
Yeah, you're still pretty sick. That was a good game though. I streamed it. You did get to watch the stream.
Watch it. Yeah,
it was a pretty good stream.
Yeah.
We had fun in the chat, and I was in rare form. I don't know why I had so much energy that night, but I did, at least for the first period. But yeah, great game. Kelsey Tessier's goal was sick.
He's been talking about that goal since he's seen it.
It was a great goal, man. Just beautiful. I enjoyed it a lot. Great game, a lot of fun. Yeah, that's about all. Second game of the week, Corey?
Second game of the week, the Miramichi Northmen beat the Dalhousie Marauders 5-1. I can hear myself, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to help you with that, but let's carry on.
Well, let's go on. Miramichi's Jared Toole, 2 goals. William Irvine, 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. Kennedy Gallant, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. And John Hardy with 2 assists. Alex Bernier with 2 assists. and Dalhousie's Isaac Wilson with 1 goal.
You watched this game on Roxanne's live stream, or most of it,
Yes.
bits and pieces of it. Was it a dominant game by Miramichi, a rough game by Dalhousie?
It was dominant by the end. Maybe mid game, like maybe mid second period,
Okay.
it really started to go one way. To begin, it like Dalhousie scored a goal in the opening minute.
Yeah.
And it was close, but then the dominoes started to fall. So Miramichi really wanted that win, and they got it.
No surprise to a lot of people. I think Miramichi is just starting to roll, and I think they're going to be a decent team by the end of the year. They're a good team now, but I really do think that as the pieces come together for them, they're going to become pretty dominant. Now, after this game, Dalhousie, I noticed, shifted their lines around.
Yeah.
I saw the lineup sheet the next day, and there was definitely, I think, Valcourt and Jessica were playing with I can't think of his name. He came over from Tracadie. Wow. I am blanking hard right now. Anyway, they shifted those lines around for the second game.
Yeah,
and then
that game is next.
That went better for them.
This is this is Dalhousie's best showing so far. The Dalhousie Marauders defeated the Corsair 6-1. Goal scorers: Joey Bernard with 2 goals, Jesco Bernard 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points.
Riley Scott was the player.
Riley Scott, yes.
That ended up playing on that line. Carry on.
Yeah. Alex Blais with 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. Jeremy Leblanc, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. Francis Thibault, 1 goal, the game winner, as I understand. And Pascal Valcourt, 2 assists again. The sole goal for the Peninsula is Tommy Bezo.
Congrats to Francis Thibault, one of our players of the week for the week with that game. Dalhousie needed this win. They needed a bounce back, and Dalhousie plays incredibly well at home.
There are
season where so far only 2 road teams have won. Bucktush won in Miramichi, Bucktush won in Elsie. Other than that, every home game has been won by the home team.
It's funny because other than Bucktush, it's pretty equal. And by saying that, each have 4 points.
Literally equal.
Doubles the other teams, though. How long will that stay? How long does that confidence stay there? Because you have to imagine at some point there's going to be a lull, there's going to be some injuries, there's going to be something.
And I don't even know that it's... We'll talk about it after the last game.
Yeah.
Just
2 games left. And 2 games that the LC Puck Duck Hawks fans would like to forget. First up, the Amherst Ducks defeated the LC Puck Duck Hawks 4-2. Goal scorers: Reed Voss, 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points. Regan Spears, 2 goals. Gavin Hart, 1 goal, 2 points. And Brett McNeil, 2 assists. And LC's sole goal scorer is Mackenzie Brown with 2 goals. I thought they had said that Jeremy Hanna had a goal, but on the website it says Mac Brown, so we're going with that. I got a lot to say about this game. This was LC's game to lose.
100%. They came out and dominated.
Dominated that first period, and that second period they let the foot off the gas.
Yeah,
and you don't do that to a young team like the Ducks. The Ducks came back, they tied it. The third period was very even. It's who blinks first. Who blinked first? The LC Puck Duck Hawks. They took the foot off the gas, and it cost them. It cost them big time.
I agree with you. I think the Hawks came out firing. I thought this was going to be a big win for them by the looks of things. A lot of credit goes to Jesse Cox.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Shut the door. Made a few crazy saves. The defense kind of tightened up around him. The Ducks have a young, interesting team this year. I think we're going to see them go down a little bit early sometimes, but then outlast their opponent. They're younger, they have endurance, and they're playing some good hockey. The Hawks didn't play a bad game by any means.
They did not.
Stopped. When they had all that momentum, they kind of let it slip away. They slowed down to finish the first a little bit, and then the Ducks kind of just came alive.
They did. That second period, if the Hawks pressure more, it's a whole different game.
Yeah,
whole different game. It is what it is. The Ducks deserve that win because they did more.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a good game by the Ducks, and I'm really surprised that they came back and beat the Hawks with the way that the Hawks were playing in those first few minutes. I thought for sure they went away with it.
Same here.
Not sure. Not a bad game played by the Hawks. Not a bad game played by Ryu, but a hell of a game by Cox. And the Ducks got their win.
And unfortunately, Rene George went down with injury in this game. So
I know, shoulder injury or something.
Shoulder injury, arm injury, upper body, let's say.
Upper body injury. Yeah, it sucks, man. I love Rene George. It's hard to see somebody like that go down.
And LC also is missing a player that went down with injury in Gabriel Vanier, who was solid for them in these first few games. I did see how he got injured. He took a tumble and right into the board. It looked like a shoulder injury as well.
That sucks, man. I don't know. I think the Hawks, definitely could have won this game, played well enough to win this game. The Ducks outlasted them. They won the game. Good for them. I will say, seeing the joy on the Ducks' faces, it was cool to see. Like, they were very happy. They had lost a few in a row. This was a win that they needed.
They needed and they got and they deserved.
Absolutely. Last game of the week coming up.
Last game of the week was a slaughtering, let's just say. The Bucktooth JCs come into LC Puck Duck Hawks Arena and shut them out 5-0. In my opinion, star of the week is Alex Collette. He gets his first shutout in his senior hockey career. How
many shots did the Hawks have?
44.
Like, again, not that the Hawks didn't play well.
Hawks played fantastic.
Yeah, they played a great game. They just faced a really hot goalie. My God.
Colette wanted that one. It's personal almost with the Hawks and the JCs. That's why that's my number one rivalry. You go to these arenas and you see these two teams. You can feel it not only on the ice, you can feel it in the stands. Me being a former Hawks fan, I've seen the Hawks win the cup. All right. Now, I really enjoy the JCs. So I don't care who wins. By the end of that game, like when there was like maybe 5 minutes left and the Hawks are pressuring, I'm kind of going, man, Collette deserves that shutout. He really does. And I was like so nervous for him to let one in. And when that final buzzer came on, the Hawks fans, that a lot of them are my friends, looked at me a little cross-eyed like, what's going on here? You a JC's fan now? People should know this. We're unbiased. We support every team. The JCs deserve this win. We're fans of everyone. It's just, you're joking about that right now, but it's the truth.
No, we really are. We genuinely like. I when the Hawks win, I'm happy that the Hawks won. Obviously, I've got friends on that team. I like that team. When the JCs win, I'm happy for the JCs. I've made some friends on that team. There's a lot of really good guys that have given us a lot of their time on that team. Every team in this league's been really cool to us. It's hard to not cheer for everyone. And it's weird sometimes, though, especially in Rishabukta when we're around our friends who I love spending time with. Because, sometimes they're like all cheering for the Hawks. And Corey and I are just standing there going, what
a goal happens and we're stone-faced.
What a save by Colette. Go ahead.
Goal scorers in this game include Patrice Carmier, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. Logan Timmins, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. And Pierre Panoto, 2 assists.
Good game by the JCs. Dominant game by the JCs. A very composed JCs. The way that they're playing, they have a strategy. They have a game plan. They stick to it. They win. It's impressive, man. It's such a 360, 180. Sorry, it's such a 180 from last year. It's really incredible. So they deserve it. First of all, congrats, Alex Collette. Shout out. happy for the guy. He's such a nice guy. He's been on the podcast a few times now. And he even mentioned it in the interview, Corey. You know, he wakes up on days where he knows he's playing the Hawks and he's like pumped when he wakes up, gets out of bed. Like it's just a special rivalry. So now the thing that we have to talk about and that I want to ask you, Corey, is the effect of the NHLers, might as well just say that's what it is the effect of Parenteau and Cormier that they're that dominant on the ice, or is the effect of Parenteau and Cormier that they're helping lead this team and bring this team together so that the team plays in such a great cohesive unit that's the impressive thing that we're seeing right now?
I think it's the latter because they're not. Cormier and Parenteau aren't leading the league in goals and points. They're not even close.
Yeah.
They got. I don't think Parenteau has a goal yet.
I don't think he does.
Cormier, I think, has 2. The thing is, it's leadership.
Yeah.
It's an excitement for the young JC's player, the veteran JC's player. Like you look at Logan Timmins with the interview I did with him. He said, "I'll never be in a better line in my entire hockey career. I'm on a line with Patrice Cormier and Pierre-Alexandre Parenteau." That's unreal for him.
Yeah.
I think it's that helps them. Do I think it makes that much of a difference? Not really. I think it's a confidence boost if there's anything. Talent was always there.
Yeah, the JCs have a lot of talented players. I think a lot of guys are excited to play with Cormier, especially because they played with them in minor hockey. A lot of them are friends with them, so like you get that piece too. But yeah, no, I think the thing that's impressing me is that it's not their points that they're getting or their goals that they're getting. It's the leadership that they're providing to that team that's really swinging things for the JCs. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of excitement behind this team. Buck Tush is buzzing with the JCs. Corey, you experience that almost daily.
Almost daily. I haven't been on a walk for a week now. I have been sick and just it's this kind of sickness that I'm just out.
It lingers
a lot, lingers, and just no energy at all. But I guarantee you, in Buck Tush, you know, they're like, to use a Toronto phrase, they're already planning the parade. They want that cup.
They want the cup, and they're going for it all this year. And you gotta love it. You gotta respect it. It's going to be interesting. Who's going to spoil that though? That's
that's the thing. That's the thing though. For Buck Tush, my big worry about them is it's all or nothing.
Yeah. And
we've seen a lot of times where the nothing happens more often than the everything.
Yeah. And every team's gunning for them, so that makes it hard too. Teams are probably going to have full lineups against the JCs most nights because they want to beat the JCs. Like it's Monday. I'm already excited for Friday, the Peninsula and the JCs. I'm already excited, and I can't freaking wait for that Miramichi Buck Tush game. Go! It's gonna be so physical.
I think those are the only 2 games that we are seeing this weekend, correct?
Yeah, I think so. We'll be in the Peninsula is the plan right now. And then Sunday, there's only 1 game. So we'll be at that game. We'll probably be live streaming on Sunday, I would bet. So just because it's such a good rink to live stream out of. But yeah, Corey, what were our scores coming out of the week for the Pick'em? You want to talk about that? Probably don't.
Yes, I do. I'll take it like a champ. If I can find my page now. So I didn't do that bad.
You did phenomenal.
I went 3-2, which gives me a 5-9 record.
Yeah.
Corey, big boss, went 5-0.
And I don't know how the hell I did it. It was a lucky week. I've never done it before, I don't think.
No, I think I did that. I don't. Maybe I didn't even do it myself.
I don't know. I know that
I went 0-5.
I've gone 0-5 in the past. What's my record?
Corey ends up going at 10-4.
Ooh, that'll get you a first round bye in the NFL if you're going that good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. I'm ready for it to all fall apart this week, though, just so we're clear.
So, players of the week, are we doing that
we can
one
discuss
today?
It right now.
Right.
I'll be posting it later on today, probably.
All right. So last week we went a little late with it because we weren't sure.
Because you were sick as hell and I wasn't feeling the greatest, so that's what it was. We kind of forgot and put it off, but thank God Corey reminded me that last day when I put it up, because I had forgotten. We talked about it the night before, and I was like, yeah, I'll make the graphic, and I did. And then I forgot to post it, and Corey's like, you're going to post that, or did you post that? And I was like, oh, shit, my bad.
So our reasoning for these players, the top 3 forwards is Luke Williams.
Got a hat trick.
He got a hat. There you go. Reed Voss got 3 points. And Kelsey Tessier got 3 points. So those are our 3 forwards.
Kelsey Tessier played great. Very impressive in his first game. I think Reed Voss was crucial for the Ducks turning that around against the Hawks. So in my opinion, that's a great choice. And yeah, good. I firmly agree with all 3. Corey, you've got my blessing on that one. I think we kind of discussed it though. So
yeah. For our D-men, Francis Thibault, he got the game-winning goal.
Yep.
And John Hardy got 2 assists.
Yep, I think that's I agree with those. And goalie is going to surprise absolutely no one this week.
Absolutely no one. He gets the hat trick. Alex Collette gets a shutout against LC. His first shutout of his senior hockey career. He deserves this, and big congratulations to Mr. JC's himself.
44 shot shutout. Pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive.
Man, they were peppering him at one point. Robbie Graham, I don't know how Robbie didn't score. Like there was so much going on, pressure, screening him. I mean, just that was one of the best games, one of the best senior hockey games in the regular season that I've seen personally.
You know, the 5 games that we saw, like the one that's the closest would be LC and Amherst.
Yep.
But I'm going to say that the game of the week was Bucktouche and LC.
I agree completely. I think that was a very exciting game. Yeah, I mean, there's just some good hockey being played right now. My God. And like you said, the JCs are obviously leading right now. They've got every other team doubled up. Then we've got a 5-way tie at 4 points. Like, think about how ridiculous that is.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about how close this was going to be. Man, proving it. Just this league is glued. And I think fans are really excited about it.
Yep. And, it's one of these things where 2 bad games by Bucktouche this weekend could change the course of everything.
Yep, another team could be sitting in first.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. I don't know if they'd be finishing in first. You'd have to have someone tie, I believe.
Yeah, but still, that's very impressive.
It is. And we're only that was the 3rd week. We're only 3 weeks in. What can you say? This league has grown for the better, and I'm glad to see another sellout with LC. Packed arenas everywhere. Some
packed arena in Shippingen, insanely crowded in Shippingen. My God, the crowds are really coming out. Even Amherst, it doesn't look like a ton of people in Amherst. That stadium holds like 2,300 people. They had a solid crowd. That would have been darn near a sellout in Elspucktuck.
Exactly.
So, there's a good crowd in Amherst as well. I know Miramichi had a slightly smaller crowd, but they still had a great crowd, good 50-50. Man, you got to love it. You got to love senior hockey. I don't know how many people there were in Dalhousie, but just based on their season tickets alone, that rink's like half full. So I'm sure they had a great crowd as well. Man, it's league's kind of crazy right now. I'm pretty excited to be following it, pretty excited to be watching it. I feel pretty honored to be in the position that we're in.
Same here.
Corey, is that all we have for this week?
Believe that's all. We're gonna save some things for Wednesday.
Perfect.
Or Thursday.
Congrats to all the players that are our players of the week. That's kind of taken off a little bit. A lot of people are sharing it. A lot of people are liking that we're doing that. It's never a slight against anybody that we don't choose. It's just,
Nope.
look at stats,
look at the stats. That's all it is.
The importance that those people played. So
my question here is with the players of the week is who knocks Alex Collette off his throne?
That's tough, man. I think every team has a goalie that can do it. So I think Matt Welsh. I think Welsh has been the standout second goalie so far this year. He's looked really good. Even his losses, he's looked really good. He's been solid. So
yeah, I agree with that.
I think Welsh could be the one. Ryu also, even again in his losses, Ryu's looked quite Like that game against the JCs could have been 10-0 without Jason Ryu.
Yep.
He made some huge.
There are some goals that is just, it's impossible to catch. It's just the skill of the forwards or the defensemen. And, it's not easy goals that he's letting in. They're very skilled and, he did better than me. They would call me Swiss cheese because everything would be going in.
It's a wrister from the high slot and it just turns into a blur because it comes off of his stick so fast. Like, what are you going to do with some of these shots, man?
Yeah.
These poor goalies.
Yeah.
God help them. But yeah, what a league, what a year. Can't wait to see the rest of it. Corey, we'll be back on Thursday.
Yep.
See you then. And, thanks for being here, Corey.
Thank you and take care.
See you soon. Yeah, I can't believe you went first. That was so mean. See you.
See.
All right, I'm here with Kelsey Tessier from the Col-Sal de Péninsule Acadienne. First game with the Col-Sal tonight. How do you feel out there?
Yeah, it felt great. We had a great crowd and, first time in a while. And the guys brought me in very nicely. I felt really welcome. So, I'm happy to be back on the ice.
Awesome, man. It was great to see you out there. Hell of a snipe. Beautiful goal you scored there. What do you think of the caliber of hockey in this league? What do you think about that tonight?
Yeah, it's great. It's good pace and all that. I didn't know what to expect, and a lot of guys have been mentioned to me that it's good hockey and stuff. So I was really pleased with it tonight.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Welcome to the league, and we're looking forward to seeing you this year.
Thank you very much.
All right, je suis ici avec Luc Williams. 7 buts cette année so far. Parle-moi de ça.
Je sais pas. Honnêtement, la majorité des buts, ça a été des buts, des rebounds à la bonne place au bon temps. Le puck tombe à la bonne place. Puis c'est de la chance, on va dire.
Amherst, c'est une jeune équipe, vite. Vous avez bien joué contre Amherst. Comment vous avez préparé pour ça?
Ben, je pense que toutes les équipes sont vite, toutes les équipes sont fortes cette année. Je pense que toute la préparation se fait de la même manière contre n'importe quelle équipe tu joues. C'est sûr qu'on n'avait jamais vu Amherst, on ne connaît pas beaucoup les joueurs. C'est des joueurs de Nouvelle-Écosse. En tout cas, ils sont pas mal plus jeunes que moi, là. Puis c'est sûr que ça fait les games intéressantes. Mais oui, il y a une bonne équipe, ils sont vite. Puis ça a été une bonne game de hockey. Je pense que les partisans ont apprécié le calibre de hockey aujourd'hui.
Les partisans vont de l'air vraiment fiers d'avoir une équipe du Péninsule, une équipe du Péninsule. Parle-moi de ça pour le mec, pour Chupagon, pour Tracadie.
C'est sûr, moi je suis un gars de Bouctouche, c'est pas la même chose, mais quand ça vient à la Péninsule, ça a toujours été une rivalité entre Tracadie et Chupagon. Mais je pense avec le calibre de la Ligue cette année, on n'avait pas le choix de faire ce move-là pour qu'on puisse compétitionner. Puis honnêtement, ça paraît pas comme si c'est deux équipes. C'est une équipe, puis on est une famille, puis on a du fun ensemble, puis c'est ça qui est le but, right? On est là pour jouer au hockey, c'est juste pour avoir du fun, c'est ça le but.
Parfait. Merci beaucoup, Luc.
Pas de problème, merci à toi.
All right, I'm here with Jade Matheson, Jess Cox. Guys, tough game tonight after a really tough game last night. Down 2-0 early, battled back, and a hell of a performance by Cox. How you feeling?
I'm feeling a little tired right now, I'm not going to lie. After they did get up 2 right off the bat, I was a little nervous, a little scared, it was a little shaky. But I told myself, I was like, they're not getting any more after that. And the boys also rallied. They picked me up. They scored 4 unanswered, 1 empty net. Took the 2 points. It's a gutsy home win by the fellas.
Big win for you guys. You needed a win tonight. This team's got a lot of heart. That's evident every game we've seen. Talking a little bit about the locker room. Seems like a really positive locker room.
It's a very positive locker room. It's a good mixture of young fellas like Matheson here, older guys. There's guys that have played high levels, junior, university, pro. We're just here to have fun like we were kids back in the day. Get back on the ice, win some hockey games, and try and bring a championship to Amherst.
Thanks for your time, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Madison, come here. 5 games into the season, what do you think of the league? What do you think of the competition in this league?
I've played a few games the last couple of years as a call-up, and I've noticed a big difference this year. Seems like every team in this league is really coming to play this year, and I think this league is a lot better, if not 2 times better than it's been the last couple of years. And it's a very competitive league this year, and fast hockey, good hockey. It's fun to play.
All right, you guys have had a little road trip, 3 games after your home opener. How are those roadies, and who do you drive up with? Let's hear about that.
Well, most of the time, those roadies, I know we lost. It's tough, but like I got a couple good fellows that I grew up with. Our third string goalie, who's also very good, Kyle McCarthy, and a stud D that we got, very reliable two-way defenseman, Hunts. We always travel up together, good laughs. It's always, you know what you say, but the last few have been pretty hard on the way back. But telling you tonight, boys, big win, nothing better.
McCarthy, you're a humorous fella. Big win tonight. Tell me about this team. You guys look like you're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're having fun. I wasn't really saying much tonight. I was pretty gassed after warm-up. Boys were pretty hard on me. I went hard tonight. But, no, I was happy to see boys play as well as they did, especially the new guys. And glad I didn't pull anything in warm-up tonight.
All right, McCarthy, I tell you, I did remember to hit record. So what do you have to say to the other Corey?
I think I'm going to have to see Corey in a cage match.
Thanks for your time, bud.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Corey from the podcast. I'm here with Matt Newcomb. Matt, 1 goal tonight. Big win for the JCs. Always a big rivalry. How you feeling?
Feeling good. This year it's fun coming in here and having a full roster. The guys, everyone's buying in, and it was fortunate for me. Got a goal tonight, but most importantly, we got the win.
You were in Germany last year after being on the finalist JCs the year before. When you come back to the BSHL, what are you thinking of it right now? It's not the same league you left.
No, exactly. And it's like you said, it's not the same league at all. You see that every team gotten a lot better, and it's honestly a fun league to play in. Not as much bullshit, and just everyone's playing good hockey and good crowds at the same time. So the league's in a good place right now.
All right, thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Alex Collette. Shutout tonight against the Hawks. Just talk to me about that Hawks-JCs rivalry for a second.
It's unreal. You wake up in the morning and you can't not get excited to play these games. Like, it's fucking packed. The fans are in it. The teams, at the end of the day, on the ice is on the ice. Off the ice, we all know each other, but on the ice, it's a big rivalry, and it's a good show for the fans, and it's awesome games to play in.
Awesome, man. This is your first career shutout. First of all, that's unreal. After all the years you played, how does that feel?
Feels great. Actually, I've been close so many times. Lost it in the last minute. Lost it in last 2 minutes. Almost feels surreal, honestly. But hopefully we can get some more out there.
The team's really playing hard in front of you right now. How important is it how the team's buying into the system right now?
It's unbelievable, the chemistry that we've built in so little time. A bunch of new faces. The leadership group is unbelievable with Pat and PA. Just they're buying in and they're basically leading everyone to be the best that we can be, and it's surreal. It's on.
Thanks, Alex. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.